Meet Me at Dawn will be shown at the Market Theatre this month, starring two firm TV favourites, renowned actresses Pamelo Nomvete and Natasha Sutherland. This is a story that explores the triumph of everyday love, grief and temptation. Written by Zinnie Harris, this production is directed by award-winning director Sophie Mgcina. To tell us more about the production, we are joined in studio by actress Pamelo Nomvete. So nice to see you.
Hi, it's lovely to see you.
Welcome,
too.
welcome, welcome.
Lovely to see you.
All right, firstly, let's talk about the storyline. What is it all about?
I think this is a really fascinating piece of work. It's incredibly expansive because I would say it's a love story.
Yeah.
And then within that love story, and it's a love story between two women, and then it explores this journey of life, death, existence. I mean, when I was working on it, I thought it totally appealed to me in terms of being a Buddhist, because it really does tap into like the dimensions that we have to deal with as human beings. And of course, they're stuck on an island. So that means there's nowhere to run. They have to absolutely
deal. It is in your face.
It's in your face. Yeah, and it's relentless.
Yeah.
You know, because one thing unlocks another, So they go through these a whirlwind of these emotions as they sort of work through life, their relationships, their relationship with their environment, because it's also the idea of two women trying to survive on an island.
It's a very different, and it's a different way of doing it, isn't it? Because, I mean, you know, if you throw a man into a mix, I suppose it takes a different feel, but two women stuck on an island together
is just...
that's a different dynamic altogether. What attracted you to this? I mean, I know you said perhaps the Buddhist side in you, but what else did you love about it?
I think what I also loved about it was the team around it. The director, for example, forgive me, but I just do have to correct that. The director is Lesedi Job, but she won the Sophie Mgcina award.
Okay.
Yeah, and she is an extraordinary young director. So it was great with that. And then, of course, Natasha Sutherland, acting with her, because I've never acted with Natasha before.
So this is the first time
we've worked together, and how fantastic on stage.
Amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And we sort of just and like the characters, we're so different as people. But there is this common sort of understanding of life, I suppose, and being women and excited about being women. So, and it's an all-female team altogether, because, of course, there's Zinnie Harris, who's the writer. And when James Ngobo suggested it to me, and then he said, have a read, it was one of those things. I read it, and I thought, oh, what a beautiful play, what a beautiful piece.
And that was it?
And it's like, that was it.
Okay.
But it is traumatic.
Okay.
It's quite, I've never felt quite so challenged. Working on something.
With a role, working with a role. What is your character like? I mean, how would you describe her?
She's got so many different levels, but I would describe her as someone, you know, she's a bookworm because she writes about books. So she's a little bit of a person that withdraws from the world and the real world. So she's very sensitive and quite small in her idea of herself. And extremely eccentric.
Yeah.
And one of the journeys that she has to make, I have to say that the play also sort of taps into the idea of madness and what that is and what can trigger us to sort of behave in a way that's totally unconventional. So that's quite interesting about her. And she's very much in the head, but also the heart. She's a very sensitive woman. And a bit delicate, because you kind of always feel that, oh, she could just sort of go over the edge. Do you know what I mean?
It sounds like possibly one of the most challenging roles you've ever taken on.
I think it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
And it wasn't apparent. When you looked at it on the page, I thought,
was actually adopting this character and this role and being in it.
And then the whole dynamics of it.
That's amazing. I mean, I love hearing that, because you always think, you know, once an actress gets a piece, they look at it and they say, I can do this. Yeah, okay, not a problem. But then actually doing it is a different story altogether.
It really is.
I love that. I think that's really an interesting angle. You've taken some time to write as well. You've sort of wanted to dig much deeper and keep things quiet on the side so that you can concentrate on your writing. How is that going? Where are you at with this?
Well, because I did complete that book, a bit crazy, in that I thought, oh, let me write a book.
Like, who does that?
Who does that?
You.
And especially if you have it.
Well done to you.
Oh, thank you for that. And yes, during that experience, I thought, actually, this is something I would quite like to develop. I haven't thought of in terms of writing plays or yet, although years and years ago, I did co-write a series with Temba Ndaba.
Yeah.
So that was fun because I was with someone else.
Yes.
A book is quite isolating in terms of that. But it got me interested. So I am now thinking of writing a second book. I've got the idea in my mind. And I did, in fact, speak to someone who'd published my original book.
Yeah.
And she thought the idea was fantastic. So I'm still procrastinating on it.
So you are procrastinating
on it.
But
I'm going to do it.
It's
going to take me, I reckon it's going to take about 2 years, because it took me almost 2 years to write the first one. So I'll give it another 2 years.
I absolutely admire anybody that can sit down. And like you say, it is a very lonely experience. Because, I mean, you and your thoughts are together the whole time and you're putting this down on paper.
Exactly.
But it is so rewarding once it's done.
Yeah.
And that's something I've heard from everybody once they've managed to complete it. So talk to me very quickly, a little bit of logistics about the play, where people can go and see it, and how long it's running for.
It's going to be on at the Market Theatre, the Mani Manum Theatre in the Market. It's starts on the 22nd of March.
22nd.
And it's on until about the 19th of April.
Excellent.
And it's basically, because the Market is Tuesday to Sunday.
Yeah.
So Tuesday to Saturday, it's 8:15. And then on the Sunday, you get a 3:15 show.
Okay.
But only a 3:15 show.
Oh, yeah, 3:15 show.
Yeah, come and see it. And
good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. I'm looking forward to it. I will be there. And now that I've spoken to you, you've piqued my interest.
I'm
and
so
dying
delighted.
To see it. It sounds amazing.
I think you'd get a lot from it.
I look forward to that. Pamela, thank you for talking to us here on the
Thank
programme.
you.
Pamelo Nomvete is starring in this amazing play that'll be on the Market Theatre soon, the 22nd of March. Meet Me at Dawn. That's what it's called. Go out there and make it a date. Let's take a break. We'll see you after this.